I pray thee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, the Capulets abroad, and if we meet, we shall not escape a brawl. For now these hot days is the mad blood stirring.
Thou art like one of these fellows that, when he enters the confines of a tarvin, cocks me his sword upon the table and says, God, send me no need of thee. And by the operation of the second cup draws him on the drawer when indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a fellow?
Come, thou art as hot as Jack in thy mood, as any in Italy, and as soon moved to be moody, and as soon moody to be moved.
And what too?
Nay, and there were two such, we should have some shortly, for one would kill the other. Thou wilt quarrel with a man that hath a hair more or hair less than his beard, and thou wilt quarrel with a man for cracking his nuts, having no other reason such an eye, but because thou such hast hazel eyes. What eye but such an eye would spy out such a quarrel? Thy head is as full as quarrels as an egg is full of meat, and yet thy head hath been beetle as idle as for an egg for quarreling. Thou hast quarreled with a man for coughing in the street, because he hath wakened by thy dog that hath laid asleep in the sun. Didst thou not fall with a tailor for wearing his new doublet before Easter, with another for tying his new shoes, and with an old ribbon, and yet thou wilt tutor me from quarrel.
And I were so amped, quarreled, as though art any man should buy the simple fee of my life, and for an hour and a quarter.
The fee simple, oh simple.
By my head, here comes the Capulets.
By my heel, I care not.
Follow me close, for I will speak to them. Gentlemen, good then, a word with one of you.
And but one word with one of us, couple it with something, make it a word and a blow.
You shall find me apt enough to that, sir, and you will give me occasion.
Could you not take some occasion without giving?
Mercutio, thou consortest with Romeo.
Consort, what dost thou make us minstrels, and thou make minstrels of us? Look to hear nothing but discords. Here's my fiddle and stick. Here's that shall make you dance. Thou's consort.
We talk here in the public haunt of men. Either withdraw unto some private place, or reason coldly of your grievance, or else depart. Here all eyes gaze on us.
Men's eyes were made to look, and let them gaze. I will not budge for no man's pleasure I.
Well, peace be with you, sir. Here comes my man.
But I'll be hanged, sir, if he wear you livery. Marry go before the field. He'll be your follower. Your worship in that sense may call him man.
Romeo, the love I bear thee can afford no better term than this. Thou art a villain.
Tybalt, the reason I have to love thee doth much excuse the appertaining rage to such a greeting. Villain am I none, therefore farewell. I see thou knowest me not.
Boy, this shall not excuse the injuries that thou hast done me. Therefore turn and draw.
I do protest I never injured thee, but love thee better than thou canst devise, till thou shalt know the reason of my love, and so, good Capulet, which name I tender, as dearly as mine own, be satisfied.
O calm, dishonorable, vile submission, Staccato carries it away. Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What wouldst thou have with me?
Good kings of cats, nothing but none of your 9 lives. That I mean to make bad withal, and as you shall use hereafter, dry beat the rest of the 8. Will you pluck your sword out of his pitcher by the ears? Make haste, let's mine, but be about your ears ear to be out.
I am for you.
Mercutio, put thy rapier out.
Come, sir, your facade.
Draw Benvolio, beat down the weapon, down them for shame. Forbear this outrage. Tybalt, Mercutio, the prince across his head. Forbid this bandying in Verona streets. Hold Tybalt, good Mercutio.
Hurt, a plague of both the houses. I am sped. Is he gone and hath nothing?
What art thou hurt?
A scratch. Mary, 'tis enough. Where is my page? Go, villain, fetch a surgeon.
Courage, man, this hurt cannot be much.
No, 'tis not so deep as well, nor so wide as a church door, but 'tis enough, 'twill serve. Ask for me tomorrow, and you shall find me a grave man. I am peppered, I warrant for this world, a plague of both your houses. Zounds a dog, a rat, a mouse, a cat, to scratch a man to death, a barragate, a rogue, a villain that fights by the book of arithmetic. Why the devil came you between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I thought all for the best.
Help me into some house, Benvolio, or I shall faint. A plague of both your houses. They have made worms and meat of me. I have it, and soundly too, your houses. That's it.
This gentleman, the prince's near ally, my very friend, hath got his mortal hurt in my behalf, my reputation stained with Tybalt's slander, Tybalt that an hour hath been my cousin. O sweet Juliet, the beauty hath made me effeminate, and in my temper softened valor's steel.
Oh, Romeo, Romeo, Mercutio is dead. That gallant spirit has aspired the clouds, which the untimely here did scorn the earth.
This day's black fate on Mo, days both depend. This but begins the woe, others must end.
Here comes the furious Tybalt back again.
Alive in triumph, and Mercutio slain, away to heaven, respective litany, and fire-eyed fury, be my conduct now. Now, Tybalt, take the villain back again. That late thou gavest me for Mercutio's soul is but a little way above our heads, staying for thine to keep him company. Either thou or I, or both, must go with him.
Thou wretched boy that didst consort him here, shot with him hence.
This shall determine that.
Romeo, away, be gone. The citizens are up and Tybalt slain. Stay not amazed, the prince will doom thee death. If thou art taken, hence be gone, away.
Oh, I am fortune's fool.
Why dost thou say?
Which way ran he that killed Mercutio? Tybalt that murderer, which way ran he?
There lies that Tybalt.
Up, sir, go with me. I change thee in the prince's name, obey.
Where are the vile beginners of this fray?
O noble prince, I can discover all the unlucky manage of this fatal brawl. There lies the man slain by young Romeo. This slew the kingsman, brave Mercutio.
Tybalt, my cousin, O my brother's child, O prince, O cousin, husband, O the blood is spilled of my dear kinsman, prince, as thou art true. For blood of ours shed blood of Montague, O cousin, cousin.
Benvolio, who began this bloody fray?
Tybalt here slain, whom Romeo's hand did slay. Romeo that spoke him fair, bid him be thanked. How nice the quarrel was, and urged withal, your high displeasure, all this uttered. With gentle breath, calm look, knees humbly bowed. Could not take truce with the unruly spleen of Tybalt, deaf to peace, but that he tilts with piercing steel at bold Mercutio's breast, who all is hot, turns deadly point to point, and with a martial scorn with one hand beats. Cold death aside, and with the other sends it back to Tybalt, whose dexterity reports it. Romeo, he cries aloud, hold friend, friends part, and swifter than his tongue, his angle arm beats down their fatal points. And twixt them rushes underneath whose arms an envious thrust from Tybalt hit the life of stout Mercutio, and then Tybalt fled, but by and by comes back to Romeo, who had but newly obtained revenge. And truth they go like lightning for air. I could draw to part them with stout Tybalt slain. And as he fell, did Romeo turn and fly. This is the truth, or let Benvolio die.
The kinsman to the Montague, affection makes him feel false. He speaks not true, some 20 of them fought in his black strife, and all those 20 could but kill one life. I beg for justice, which thou, prince, must give. Romeo slay Tybalt, Romeo must not live.
He slew Mercutio, who now the price of his dear blood thou owe.
Not Romeo, Prince. He was Mercutio's friend. His fall concludes, but what the law should end, the life of Tybalt.
And for that offense, immediately we do exile him hence. I have an interest in your hates proceeding. My blood for your rude brawls doth that lie bleeding. But I'll immerse you with so strong a fine that you shall all repent the loss of mine. I will be deaf to pleading and excuses, nor tears nor prayers shall purchase out abuses. Therefore use none, let Romeo hence in haste, else when he is found that the hour is his last. Bear hence the body and attend our will, mercy but murderers, pardoning those that kill.